my thought of the day is around overthinking and worrying about what other people think. I've come across this a lot on quite a number of occasions this week, just talking to different people, and then without realising I've gone down that rabbit hole myself of overthinking everything, worrying about what other people think. But I come back to it again and again and journal about it. But if we spend so much time with thinking about what other people think, how other people view us, we kind of we're losing ourselves, we're losing all the things that are right in front of us, and we're missing it because we're essentially living through someone else's eyes, and this isn't very healthy. And then we get caught in that loop of overthinking, and this can go on and on and on. And when we overthink, we do get lost. And it brought me back to a story that my daughter read to me actually, and it's the Houdini story. Now I'm just saying this off memory, so don't quote me word for word, but Houdini, the master magician, claimed that he could break out of any jail cell, and he went to a local town and he approached the jail and said, "Lock me in the cell and I'll be able to get out." So he was put into the cell and they shut the door firmly behind him, and he started working on the lock. He took his belt off, he was working away. He just couldn't open the door. He couldn't understand why he couldn't get the lock open. So he started breaking out in a sweat, and he just thought, I don't know why I can't do it. He tried and tried. So he finally felt defeated, and he slid down on the floor, leaning up against the door. And as he did that, the door opened. Now, on this occasion, the door wasn't ever actually locked in the first place. It was only locked in his mind, and there was no lock to open. He just needed to open the door. But it just goes to show the power of our thoughts, the power of the mind. And when we get caught up in that loop of overthinking, we don't have the space to look at anything else because we're on that one track way. And just like Houdini with this door, he was overthinking picking the lock. He'd already set his mind that it was firmly locked, and it wasn't. It was locked in his mind. It wasn't locked in front of him. And to find that out, he had to see so another way. But it just goes to show that quite often we put these barriers and blocks in our own minds all the time, every day. And a lot of this comes down to us worrying about what other people think. And they're the blockers, they're the gates, they're the doors that are in front of us proceeding or getting on with all those things we want to do, because we've already set those tall walls in front of our eyes, and it makes it really difficult to move forward. So when we overthink a situation, we put these boundaries up, not healthy ones at that. It holds us back. So just to create that space and listen to you and not get caught up in what everyone else is saying, it's really important and healthy to do this every once in a while. Of course, it's great to seek advice and learn from others and take other people's opinions, but to live under the view of how someone else sees you or what they think you should be doing, it suppresses who you are, the things that you want to do. And by setting those barriers in the mind, quite often we miss those simple things right in front of us that are there for the taking. So my thought of the day was, don't get sucked into what other people think that you should be doing, and don't live under that perception, because it's how you see yourself that matters. So talk to yourself kindly, show yourself some love, and then you'll have less things in the way and you'll be able to move forward slightly easier, because you can remove those boundaries in your mind, and it can be easier than you think if you just listen to yourself, because you already know the answers. So that's my thought of the day, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I will share again soon.